Hello, my friend. Stay a while and listen.
What's going on YouTube? It's Filthy and we're back with another video. Today we're going to show you how to do essentially free augments in Season 25. Not technically free because obviously you will need some materials, you will need some ingredients, but it's a pretty cool trick using the soul shards. So obviously it only works on Season, it's not going to work off Season. If these things come to the main game at any point, then possibly we will be able to do this. But it's going to be nice because we're going to be able to get some pretty sick high augments fairly easily, but we'll talk through it all. As always, guys, a thumbs up really does help out the channel. Chuck me a comment. Are you excited for Season 25? I am. This is midway through PTR. We haven't had any changes yet, so it's going to be interesting to see where these gems land. This process, I don't think will get changed, so what I'm going to recommend you to do will still be the case, I think, even once the full patch goes live in the season. But maybe some of the comments about the gems might change, but I'm going to talk you through the thought process, I guess. We're going to demonstrate on the Inner Monk. I've been playing this a bit the last few days. Obviously, Inner is probably one of the top builds from last season, Season 24. It's likely to be one of the top builds for Season 25. It's just an absolute AoE wrecking ball. Really fun to play. But we're basically going to augment it up. I've got, I think, one or two, maybe just one done. So we're going to stick a few on now. Now, what you will need to do this will be a soul shard. So any soul shard will do. This works with all of them, whether it's one of the ones that goes in the helm, whether it's one of the ones that goes in the weapon. You can actually use this as an augment. Okay, so normally speaking, you have to rank a legendary gem up, and then you come over, you do the not Hope of Cain, the augment ancient item, Caldesan's Despair recipe. You would put in 3 flawless royal gems, you would put in your legendary gem, and you would put in your item, you would hit transmute, and then whatever the level of the gem is, it times it by 5 and adds that as main stat. So if you do a rank 100 gem, it is 500 in main stat. Now, what actually will happen this season, you can still do that process. You will still obviously want to add those augments that way, but you can actually shortcut it a little bit, and all you need is a soul shard. Now, at rank 0 out of 3, if you put this in instead of a legendary gem, go through this process and hit augment, what you'll get is a level 50 augment, so 250 onto main stat. Now, what is going to be really key to this process is going to be these Hellforge Embers, because these are the consumable materials that you will use to upgrade your soul shards. Now, the soul shards I don't think actually going to be particularly rare. I think you'll find lots of these across the season. The Embers I think will be a different story. I do think these will be quite hard to get hold of, just because you're going to need quite a few for different builds. You might want to use different shards in weapons for different builds. You might want to use different ones in different helms. Now, what you can do, obviously, you just apply it like you do a gift, and it will unlock it to rank 1, and you can basically get more stats each time. Now, at rank 1, it will add 75 level augment, so obviously that times 5 for main stat. If you rank it up to rank 2, it's a level 100 augment, so 500 in main stat. And then if you go for level 3, that's obviously the max, and this would be a 125 level augment, so that is 625 to main stat. Now, there's a few ways you can approach this. You can basically try and create yourself. Let's say you're trying to make the Sliver of Terror. Let's say you really like the Ring of Fire after killing 50 enemies, because obviously you get one fixed property on it, and then there's a 1 in 3 chance of getting the random property that you want. Let's say you make one of these, it doesn't have the Ring of Fire on it, and you decide, right, well, that's cooked, I'm not going to use that one anymore, I've bricked it. You could then obviously just use it as an augment, but what is more likely is probably these gems here that really don't have much of a purpose, and obviously this is the first stage of PTR, so we could end up with some balance, but the Drag of Lies and the Fragment of Destruction seem to be probably the two that are least useful. Maybe Drag of Lies goes in a support build. If you're a solo casual player, you're probably not bothered about that. So these two are maybe ones worth collecting up and doing for augments. Other than that, use ones that you don't like. If you get a gem and you're not going to use it in a build, by all means do it as an augment. Now, my first thought was to maybe do them at level 2, and just get the 100 augment. But actually, I think that's just a bit of a waste. I probably would highly recommend, well, I would definitely highly recommend doing these at level 3. So I wouldn't want to, unless it was the very end of the season, I had no time left, I would always rank up the soul shard to 3, because the difference between getting 100 and 125 augment in terms of actual raw main stat is not a huge amount. It's just an extra 125, but in terms of time that will take you to get from, you know, GR 100 up to GR 125, in terms of farming, I think it's going to be quite the investment. So I probably am going to try and hang on till level 3. But just to show you that it does work, all we do is we go to the Calderson's Despair, we pick our item, and we pop in our Flawless Royals, and then we hit transmute, and, you know, there we go. Nice bit of main stat. Now, the gems here as well are actually going to be a little bit of a limiting factor. I always forget to press accept. These gems are going to be a little bit of a limiting factor because the Broken Crown, which emanates, normally speaking, goes on your follower for a T16 build. It will drop an extra gem, and it's a good way of farming gems. It doesn't work with legendary gems, so you don't get any extra. So you would have to take out a soul shard out of your helm if you did want to actually farm up some gems. So that is something to bear in mind. I'm probably going to spend a bit of time actually doing that. So we're probably going to have a T16 build, I think, that is going to have, you know, Broken Crown and then a regular gem in it. So something, you know, like maybe an emerald for gold find or whatever. But if you just rock with the soul shard, it's probably going to take quite a bit of time to get your gems that you need. Just because obviously it is quite a lengthy process to find the gems. But, you know, as you can see, this is, you know, very fast. You just need to find the embers. So what you probably want to do is save these triple bonus ones, so the soul shards with the rank 3, save them for your absolutely best pieces, because it may well be that you decide to augment the rest out with, you know, hundreds or 110s. I mean, you know, even with this build when it was under 10k main stat, we were crushing GR 110 in like 90 seconds. It's absolutely insane. So I'm gonna have a bit of fun doing a video for this one. So I think that probably I'm gonna do these ones because I'm messing about with the attack speed as well a little bit. But yeah, this is how you do it. This is what you do. Nice, you know, extra little bonus, I think. And we're out of gems, so I'm going to need to get some more. But it is kind of cool. I do think like augmenting is a bit of a pain. It's something that I do every season, but it is a bit of a kind of limiting factor to time wise. So this will alleviate that, because if you think about it, you know, you might be playing monk, you might want to, you know, you'll have all your inner stuff geared out with augments. It does allow you to maybe go off and play something else, because obviously we do have the leaderboard filters. And, you know, maybe you can get an entire set of augments out of this, basically, is what I'm saying, at 120. So, you know, maybe you can do the 125 augments on your proper super spec, which will probably be inners, as an example for monk. And then maybe you collect yourself up a bunch of hundreds and you stick it on Patterns of Justice to have a little go of that leaderboard. Or, you know, maybe you want to build yourself out Legacy of Dreams, Wave of Light, you know, or maybe you're a crazy person and you want to go off and do Raymond. Wow, only 22 people have cleared this. But yeah, that is it. That, you know, I think this is a great addition to the game. I really kind of hope that there's some kind of mechanic to get this into the main game. It would be very nice to speed up augments a little bit. But yeah, let me know what your thoughts are. Are you excited for the season? Do you think this is cool? I think it is good, because it turns, like the ethereals that we've just gone through, I think one of the worst things about it is you find one, it's got the wrong properties on it. It sucks a little bit. The salvaging of ethereals is good because it does give you more than normal. You know, you get your keys, your DBs and that kind of thing, but obviously augments, you know, even if you get your gem, you don't get the property you want at rank 3. Well, it's still 125 augment, which is pretty cool. Right, I'm hoping we're going to get some PTR updates soon. I don't know whether to release all these videos that I've got planned now, or whether to sit on them. I guess that's something for me to decide, but I hope you enjoy your day. Stay safe. I'll catch you soon. Take it easy. Peace.